Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, welcome back to the online lecture series of Hera English to School for the standard 10th for the subject of Science 2. So in the last lecture we had discussed about energy production from the potential energy which is converted into kinetic energy of water. It is hydroelectric power plant, and today we are going to discuss about how energy can be converted, kinetic energy of wind can be converted into electrical energy. So dear students, the kinetic energy in wind has been used since long for lifting of water, for driving flour mill, etc. The wind energy can also be used for electricity generation, and the machine which converts the kinetic energy of wind to electrical energy is called wind turbine. So you must have seen this wind turbine when you move to remote areas like hilly areas or the desert region. This long pole having big fans over them, these are nothing but the wind turbine. So as the wind strikes the blades of the turbine, these are the blades of turbine, the blades rotate and the axle of the turbine is connected to electric generator through a gearbox. So this is a gearbox connected to generator. The function of the gearbox is to increase rotation per unit time. So this gearbox increases the RPM, rotation per unit time, or the rotation per minute. Thus the rotating blades drive the turbine, and the turbine in turn drives the generator to generate electricity. Okay, so here the generator generate the electricity. So various stages in the wind energy generation system can be shown in figure 5.19. We can see here the stages: wind with required velocity, wind turbine with large fins which are connected to generator, and then electrical energy is produced. So this is how wind energy converts into kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy generate electricity. So wind turbines with capacity right from less than 1 kilowatt to 7 megawatt are commercially available. Depending on the wind velocity available at the site of installation, wind turbine with specific capacity is selected. So considering the velocity of wind in that particular area, wind turbine with specific capacity selected, and the wind velocity at specific location depends on many geographical factors. Okay, this is to be considered. Now the further part, this part is eliminated, so this is not to be done. Okay, moving ahead. Now we are moving towards another important source of energy, solar energy. So electric energy generation using solar energy. Using the energy in the sunlight, electric energy can be generated in two ways. There are two ways. In all above methods of electricity generation we have studied, the electric generator is driven by using some source of energy, and electricity is generated by making use of principle of electromagnetic induction. So up till now, all the methods which we have discussed, they all work on the principle of electromagnetic induction. However, electrical energy can be generated directly from solar radiation without using generator and without using principle of electromagnetic induction. So in this case, solar radiation, it's without using generator and without using the principle of electromagnetic induction. This happens in solar photovoltaic cells. This is a very important part of solar energy power generation. Solar photovoltaic cells convert the solar energy directly into electrical energy. So this is how it make it different. Second, In the second method, the energy is in solar radiation is converted into thermal energy first. Then a turbine generator system is driven using the thermal energy to generate electricity. So in this part, the energy in solar radiation is converted into thermal energy. Okay, and then the turbine generator system is driven using that thermal energy to generate electricity. So now let us discuss about solar photovoltaic cell. Solar photovoltaic cell converts the solar radiation energy directly into electrical energy. Just now we had discussed about. So this is called solar photovoltaic effect. The electrical energy generated through this energy transformation process is DC in nature. So you must have learned about AC and DC in science 1 part. So this is DC in nature. These solar cells are made up of special type of material called semiconductor, example silicon. So these cells are made up of semiconductor like silicon, and a silicon solar cell of dimension 1 centimeter square generate current of about 30 milliampere and potential difference of about 0.5 volt. Okay, thus a silicon solar cell of dimension 100 centimeter square will generate 3 ampere, okay, and current 3 ampere current and 0.5 volt. Remember that potential difference available from a solar cell is independent of its area. So potential difference has nothing to do with area. Okay, so current get affected, so currents get multiplied. If you multiply this 3 ampere by 100 30 milliampere to 100, so you get the current of about 3 ampere. Okay, so this is how energy in sunlight through photovoltaic effect get converted into DC electric power. Okay, now the good thing is this whole page is eliminated for you, so you are nothing to do with this. Now this is what the further part is. So most of the equipment in domestic as well as industrial use run on AC power. In such case, the DC solar power must be converted to AC power using electronic device called inverter. Okay, so we have to convert this DC power into AC through the inverter. So this is how things happen. These are the solar photovoltaic cell, the array of solar photovoltaic cells which are connected to inverter, where this DC is converted to AC and then it's given to power grid, and from this power grid it's supplied to different sources. Okay, so if we talk about solar thermal power plant, okay, so we have seen thermal energy generated from coal, nuclear fuel to generate electricity, and then thermal energy can also be generated from solar radiations and can be used for electricity production. Okay, so different stages are like, concentrators for collecting sunlight. We need concentrators so that this sunlight can be concentrated on one particular point, then that absorber for absorbing such concentrated sunlight, and then that will pass on to water, and that will convert water into steam, and then steam turbine. Due to steam, the turbine moves, and that turbine are connected to electric generator, and then electricity is generated. So these are the different stages in solar thermal power plant. So this is a typical schematic of solar thermal power plant. Okay, if you can see, these are the concentrator. Okay, this is where this sunlight, the solar light get fall on. These are the concentrator. Then these are absorbers. The water flow from here and that converts into steam. So this is how water is flowing. Concentrator and the absorber. Okay, they concentrate the sunlight, absorber absorb the sunlight and give it to water. The water converts to steam. Okay, and this steam then pass on to turbine. Okay, and the turbine connected to generator to generate electricity. So this is how this schematic of solar thermal power plant is given, and do you know part is also eliminated. So here we have finished with this chapter towards green energy. I hope you have got it. So Inshallah, now I will share this the written material of this chapter in your class WhatsApp group. So you are supposed to write the answers of this chapter in your notebook. Inshallah, in the next lecture we'll discuss about something else, the other chapters. Okay, by the time you read the part, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.